Well, good morning, Southeast Iowa and beyond. Welcome to our little show called Morning Breath. Welcome to Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday.
Friday morning breath.
TGIF.
That's the best
Friday
kind of,
morning breath.
That's the best kind of morning breath.
That sounds like really bad.
I don't know. Saturday morning breath is probably the worst. I don't know.
It depends on what you did Friday on Friday night.
That's why we don't even show up on Saturdays, because it would just be bad.
It couldn't stand it in here.
Bad.
Jeez, enough's enough. Well, welcome everybody. We have. I'm your host, Tim Elliott. I am back.
Yes, you are.
I was gone yesterday. Wasn't I?
Yes, you were.
Whole day. I was out of here.
Meetings or
I had just
things to do.
Yeah. We have producer Nikki G with us.
Ahoy!
All dolled up and stunningly blue plaid kind of a tie. I like it.
Looking dapper.
He's dapper.
Dapper.
I wore my jacket, but it's just too warm in here, so I took it off.
Yeah, but you're wearing long sleeves.
Well, I got stuff to do.
I got stuff to do.
And
You're
it's
just a
almost
busy guy.
It's almost the season where I wear so I wear polos in the summer.
Yeah.
Until I can't.
Until it's 30 degrees when you wake up in the morning.
Or it might be 20.
Or it might be 20.
If I can't wear if I just can't walk around in the polo, then I've got to go back to my long sleeve, button down jacket. And then I'm good all winter.
Yeah.
But I kind of look forward to like April and May again.
Yeah, well, that's why we live in Iowa, so we can look forward to April and May.
We have the change of seasons,
We
don't
have
we?
the change of seasons.
I'm here visiting with Boss Man Matt.
Ahoy! I almost said what's up. I almost fell back. I had to think about it. Ahoy!
Ahoy! Ahoy! Everybody. Have you seen the moon? Did you see the moon last night?
I didn't see it.
I don't know how you couldn't see it.
I didn't see it last night, but Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, as I was driving, I pulled out of my driveway, and of course it's quite dark when I come, and going down 3rd Street,
see the moon
looking
set?
west, it was like right above 3rd Street.
Oh,
and
my
it was
God.
orange, and it was low, and it was the coolest thing ever, and it was awesome.
Dang! Did it look like that this morning?
I didn't see it.
Yes.
This morning.
Up, it did.
It wasn't orange, but it was definitely big and
It's
white.
huge, and but it was perfectly lined up with the street. So when you drive down the street, it looked like you're driving into
Where
the
was
moon.
Caleb when we needed him?
Yeah, I don't know. I could
You
have
should
taken
have had
a
it a
photo.
shot. Wouldn't that have been awesome?
would've.
Shot for the paper.
Yeah, I didn't even think. First, I told my wife about it. She goes, "Did you take a picture?" I don't ever think about doing that.
Me neither. My wife's the same way.
Yeah.
Why aren't you taking pictures? I don't know.
I'm living
not
in the
what-
moment, man. I'm enjoying it.
It's not what I do, honey.
It's not what I do.
I'm with you. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Look at the colors.
Yeah. So I did not see it today, but the other day it was awesome. The other day.
That's something. There's a name for it, and whatever. I've forgotten it. But sometimes, usually when the moon's really big, it's when it's rising. Mm-hmm. This is the opposite.
Yep.
Supermoon.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
But there was another name for this too. Super red moon or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Blood moon.
Super
blood harvest.
The harvest moon. That's what we're going to go with. I don't know. There was something about it a week or so ago. We didn't talk about it.
No.
Because nobody has as much fun with astronomy than me.
but it was really cool the other day.
Yeah, that's neat. Let's see what else we got going.
We got a couple people checking in.
Oh, okay.
We got Cindy, Jeff, Denise. All say ahoy.
Ahoy to the three of you.
Jeff says happy Friday, all.
It is Friday.
Yeah.
I had another busy weekend.
Also, best, a little follow up. Okay. Best tenderloin has been named.
Do tell.
Dairy Sweet and Dunlap.
Dairy Sweet. How could they have the best tenderloin? Doesn't everything?
It's not a chain. It's a local. Dairy Sweet.
It's not Dairy Queen.
It's in Dunlop. I was in Dunlop this summer by chance.
Where in the God's name is Dunlop?
It is kind of Denison, Harlan, over on the west side.
Okay,
it's kind of in that area. But we were in Dunlop, and if I known, I would have got a tenderloin because I'm not driving over there for the tenderloin.
That's a long way over there. I came from that area.
Yeah.
Just a while ago.
Yeah, it's so Dairy Sweet and Dunlop. They also won in 2005. This was the daughter bought it from her parents, and her parents won in 2005, and she won this time. First two-time winner.
And she said, enough of this losing BS. Let's bring back the good tenderloin.
And they got it. So Dunlop, and runner-up was Ruby's Bar and Grill in Stewart, which is also west of Des Moines anyway.
You would think that the capital of hog production in the state of Iowa would have one hell of a good tenderloin.
Yeah.
We need to get this solved.
Yeah.
I think we have a problem. If we're not winning over here somewhere,
Well, Mount Pleasant, they won a couple years
one
ago.
here,
Yeah.
anywhere in this neighborhood, we should be winning that.
Yeah, agreed. Monticello had 2 entries, 2 restaurants in the same town.
I think I remember.
Yeah, neither one.
Nothing.
Nothing. They were in top 5.
They
which is
tried.
Not bad.
They
but-
tried.
Yeah. So top tenderloin if you want to make a trip.
I wonder just what it looked like. Was there pictures?
The one for Dairy Sweet was. It looked good. It wasn't enormous.
Yeah, you don't want. I don't think. They're impressive looking. But
Yeah, it was a good sized tenderloin,
Had some
perfectly
beef,
breaded.
had some meat to it.
good. It was good.
big flaky meat, big flaky.
Yep. You gotta have a little meat on tenderloin. There's a place in Centerville called Double R Dairy Bar, and I had a buddy that loved it. But they rolled them out so thin. I don't like the thin ones. You gotta have a little meat to them.
Yep, I agree. Like a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Hey, I ate at a Chick-fil-A for the second time in my life yesterday.
How'd that go?
I'm losing its luster. I don't know if I'll ever go back.
Really?
Yeah.
I
I
haven't
mean, it
had,
was good.
I haven't had Popeyes. Popeyes is supposed to be pretty good too.
I've wanted to go to a Popeyes. That place was packed. Now, granted, I was in a big city, but
Chick-fil-A, or
the Chick-fil-A, I was in and out and pretty quick.
it's kind of a popular place.
It is really popular. But I can drive by them now. Well, I could drive. I could
You
before.
could before.
I did for a long time. But so now I've had it twice, 3 times actually. Once it was delivered and twice in store. I think I'm over it.
You think you're good? I think I've
over
only had it once.
I'm over it.
So I listened to a podcast yesterday.
I'm
I listen to podcasts about every day.
okay. That's why I looked at you like, really?
Keith,
Really?
Keith Murphy from Des Moines interviewed Chris Doyle for an hour. Chris Doyle, strength and conditioning coach for the University of Iowa, was
Former.
former, and he got let go.
Yeah.
in controversy. And
Did he speak frankly?
he did.
I'd just love to know what he said, or I'd love to know what the name of this podcast
So
is.
I will promote the podcast, and then I'll talk about it. But
Okay.
Iowa Everywhere. So if you search Iowa Everywhere,
I'm now taking this with me.
yep.
Normally, I leave these little
Yep.
sheets behind.
So Iowa Everywhere podcast, or it's actually a channel. There's a ton of different podcasts on there, but look for it's Keith Murphy one-on-one with Chris Doyle, and Keith Murphy, for those that don't know, is the head sports guy for WHO TV in Des Moines, but
Oh,
he
okay.
also does some podcasts. He does the Murph and Andy show. He does a lot of stuff. But anyway, he's a very well respected.
Sounds just like the Morning Breath crew.
Yeah, exactly. He's a big time sports guy in the Des Moines area, but he's known all over. But anyway, he got Chris Doyle for almost an hour, about 50 minutes.
Dang.
Yeah. And he was, so anyway, check that out. The whole thing's interesting. 2 takeaways. Number 1,
Somebody had to be the scapegoat.
Chris Doyle has not spoken a word to Kirk Ferentz since he left. And he does not watch Iowa football. He still talks to a lot of people associated with the program, not Kirk Ferentz. And I came away kind of feeling bad for the guy. Mm-hmm. He didn't. So Murphy asked him, do you think you're a scapegoat, or, I forget exactly how it was worded, but
Somebody had to go.
and Doyle says to the word scapegoat, he says, that's your word, not mine. So there's some legal document somewhere that prevents him from going too far.
Okay.
But yeah, he got thrown under the bus.
There's no question.
Absolutely got thrown under the bus.
No question.
And he didn't come out and apologize specifically. He did say, look, I coached the same way in the 80s and 90s, and he goes, I should have changed. He goes, I should have adapted. He goes, and anyway, you can listen to the whole thing. But he admitted that, there's things he could have done differently.
Sure.
And that it's a changing time, and, he needed to adapt with the times a little bit.
Yeah, but none of these kids that sued, I think they have all just went away, haven't they?
So the cases all got dismissed, and I don't know how the legal system all worked, but basically he was there's a 500-page document out there by a judge. They did sworn testimonies. They did all this stuff. Not a single person stuck with their story.
Yeah.
They all, when they got under oath, they all changed the story. Not a single person said he did anything racist in any way, shape, or form that they ever saw. You know, black guys, white guys, all of it said it never happened.
Yeah. All right. So those who, I don't know, did we backfeed this right? Chris Doyle was a strength and conditioning coach for the University of Iowa football program for a long time.
21 years.
And these boys were fit and strong
and walk-ons that made it to the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, he was quite the effective coach. So that'll be interesting. I will listen to that.
Yeah, and and then there was racial allegations that he and others, including Brian Ferentz, said some racial things, and so anyway, it blew up quickly, and it was kind of in the same time as the George Floyd stuff, and it just all happened fast.
Yep. Okay.
But it's interesting. Check it out.
I'm
Iowa
glad
everywhere.
you found that because I've wondered, is he in the coaching at all?
No. So he went to Jacksonville like right after that, and then that blew up also. But he does some consulting. He does some. He still says he still works with some of his former players that are still in the NFL, and he does some programming for them. And so he still has his fingers in it, but he does not have a full-time gig at the moment.
Yeah, I suspect that would be very difficult with those allegations for anybody to want to hire him.
Yeah, once you listen to this, if he were to sit and talk to some people, I don't know. And look, there's multiple sides to every story, and he's trying to paint himself in the best light. But I kind of felt bad for the guy.
Mm-hmm. I met him once, and very, very nice man, and had a nice chat, face to face. Very intense, but kind. It was weird to kind of, I don't know how to say it, but he made me want to get down and do some push-ups without even asking me to.
Exactly.
I just wanted to do something. Yeah, what a guy. I had a lot of respect for him, and I knew something wasn't right there. Didn't pass the smell test.
No. Well, it sure sounds like he got thrown under the bus.
Yeah. Before I forget, I'd like to mention that the Southeast Iowa Video Network, we're sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you,
Casey.
Thanks, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC. And the Morning Breath crew, the three of us this morning, we are just the three amigos in here today.
Amigos.
We are sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you, Willie.
Thanks, Willie. I read today, good morning, Jeannie.
And Rory.
And Rory. Yeah, ahoy.
Ahoy.
Ahoy. We, I miss Paula, yeah.
You read today.
Yeah, I read today that the last full-scale Kmart is closing its doors in New York.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know there was one still open.
There is. I remember when they filed bankruptcy twice, like in 2005 and then 2018 or something. Well, it's real now. It's done. But do you remember the Kmarts?
Oh, yeah.
You remember the Kmarts too? Blue light specials?
Oh, yeah.
It was the shizzle. The Kmart, that's all they had.
Yeah.
I mean, you just went to Kmart.
Yep.
Attention shoppers in Iowa, whatever, notice our blue light special, and they actually brought that blue light.
It seems like did they predate Walmart and Target?
Yeah.
And all that?
Yeah.
Kmart was the OG.
They were the first. And what happened, what their demise was, they couldn't compete with Walmart, and they did not keep up with online stuff and understanding how that functioned. But one time they were a monster. They were the second biggest behind Sears.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sears. Hey, Sears made its bones on the catalog, and when the catalog stopped, then
that was a lot of good reading in the bathroom, wasn't it? The catalogs, the Sears and Kmart catalog. See, Nick, we used to go to the bathroom and read the catalogs.
Okay.
Well, they were always in there.
Yeah, I know.
They were in there. I don't understand.
I'm not disputing you. I'm just.
I really didn't. I read them in my living room. But
yeah.
You got business to do. You get in and out. Be done.
Do it.
Why ponder in there? So we have that. There are a couple small outlet size Kmart's still left, and there is one in Miami and one maybe a couple in Guam in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yeah, I probably will never visit those.
You should. I mean,
Just
not
because.
Miami's crazy.
If I were to go to Miami,
I mean, just crazy busy. Lots of people. And
if I were to go to Miami, it wouldn't be to go to Kmart.
what if they had Chris Doyle down there?
All right, August. He does live in Florida, actually.
Does he
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
God dang. That's too bad. All right. 7:31, Nick. You're supposed to be waving me down saying, quit talking. Let's take a break.
go.
You just let me go. All right. We are going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouth-watering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Good morning, everybody. Ahoy, everybody!
Ahoy. Ahoy.
Welcome back to our show, The Morning Breath, the Friday edition of Morning Breath. I haven't even looked at anything beyond
That's all right.
page 1.
Jeff says that, Tim, you are the shizzle.
Jeff. Yes, you're kind. Very kind.
You are the shizzle.
The shizzle. I like using that word from time to time. What we got?
Well, we got this thing.
God.
So these are everyday things that used to be illegal, and we don't even think about them anymore. We don't even think about them being anything bad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Why?
for example,
Okay.
whistling in public. Whistling in public used to be illegal in certain regions, particularly in England and France. Whistling was thought to summon evil spirits or communicate secret messages between criminals. This superstition led to strict laws prohibiting whistling in public, especially at night.
There was something to that, whistling in code.
Yeah,
Code whistlers.
I would be very bad at that because I'm not a whistler.
There used to be a guy around Washington that could whistle, and you could hear him for blocks.
It's a talent.
He had a very loud whistle.
It's a talent. It was never my talent.
Yeah, I don't.
So if I had to communicate through whistles the secret messages about the upcoming robbery I'm
Can't
planning,
roll your tongue and do the whistle
Can't do
like
it.
that. I can't either.
can't do it.
No. All right.
So, bathing. Bathing also used to be illegal. In the wake of a Black Death, cleanliness became suspect in medieval Europe, particularly among religious leaders. It was widely believed that bathing, especially in public bathhouses, which is a whole nother thing.
Well, they have those in the Caribbean.
Do they? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they believed it opened the body's pores to disease and moral corruption. Instead of washing with water, people were encouraged to clean themselves by rubbing their skin with dry cloths, and using heavy perfumes to mask odors.
I'm sure glad bathing is bad.
Yeah, I am too.
Let to be okay.
Yeah.
How about public dancing?
Public dancing?
Dancing, one of humanity's oldest forms of expression. Dance like nobody's looking, damn it. Was once considered a sinful and dangerous activity in parts of 18th century. See, I'm seeing a pattern here. It's Europe. Europe was the fuddy-duddies.
Well, I don't know. Didn't you see Footloose?
I did.
Yeah. I mean, you get Kevin Bacon. You get a whole world full of Kevin Bacons out trying to shake things up.
Look at it go.
Look at it go.
Authorities believe that dancing, especially between men and women, could lead to lustful, impure thoughts. Good God, I lost that. And immoral behavior and threaten the moral fabric of society.
Yeah. Was it the dancing or is it the alcohol that preceded the dancing?
Well, that's a really good question. This is 18th century. So in the 1700s, I suspect the wine was flowing and the rum.
I'd have to have a lot of wine before I'm dancing. It's just the way it goes.
Okay, let's go with gin and rum.
Gin and rum.
But public dancing, we can now do that anytime we'd like, regardless.
We can. Some people shouldn't.
Well, that's probably true, but
it's possible.
All that being said,
drinking coffee in the early 17th century, Sultan Murad, of the Ottoman Empire, took a hard stance on public vices, including coffee drinking. Coffee houses become centers of social life in the empire where people gather to discuss politics, philosophy, and current events.
That hasn't changed much.
That has not changed at all. So, yeah. Anyway, he felt a little conscious about that, so he banned coffee.
Well, this one struck me as funny. 19th century France, there was a law that made it illegal for women to wear pants without permission from the local police authorities. I'm sure that they liked that very much, the women in 1800. As part of an effort to reinforce traditional gender roles, and pant was considered exclusively masculine attire. Women were expected to wear skirts or dresses in public, and those who defied the law would be fined. Or imprisoned.
Ray says, when dancing, always leave room in the middle for the good Lord.
That's a little too far apart for my liking, Ray.
It removes lustful thoughts when the good Lord is in between you.
I suspect it does.
I suspect it does.
But it also might make somebody want something more.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Kissing in public in colonial New Haven, Connecticut. So here's not Europe. This is the United States. Public displays of affection were tightly regulated, particularly by the Puritan authorities who governed the colony. Public scandal, Puritan beliefs emphasized modesty and decorum. Couples caught kissing in public could be fined or placed in the stocks where they would face public ridicule. And people could just come up and kiss you all day long.
You're just hanging around like this,
hanging around,
your hands up.
Wouldn't that be awful?
It would be awful.
To be right in the middle of the square and just in the stocks because everybody walking by. What the hell did you?
What'd you do?
What'd you do?
You kissed somebody.
I kissed my wife. It said even your married couples. So you kissed your wife in public.
No PDAs. When was this? Doesn't have a real date, does it?
Colonial New Haven. Yeah, so I don't know.
Back. Speaking of colonial stuff, did you know there was like so many copies of the Constitution that were made and sent around. So the last one just sold. There was like 9 of these left in the world, and it just sold for $9 million.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
Wow.
It was found in somebody's house in this obscure place.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have
with a letter from George Washington saying, "Please consider signing this."
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes is right. Well, they didn't have copy machines, so every one of them things had to be handwritten.
So my job in the world, I grew up to be a copier.
Yeah,
you had to have good penmanship.
Exactly.
For sure. Okay. Anything else you want to hit there, or should we take a last break?
We can take a break.
We got to get set for the day, people. It's Friday. There's a thing to do. We'll be right back.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
3, chills, and things that go bump in the night. The Russians' House of Terror.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. The conversations we have, both Boss Man Matt and I went back to our youth and hope we didn't give you any ick, Nicholas. Do you even pay attention to us, or do you just in your own little world over there?
In my own little
do you
world.
know that we're doing stuff over here and talking?
I
You
can
do.
listen.
Okay.
I listen to the year. That's about it.
All right.
That's interesting. Okay, I've got all my bases covered, right? I said who we are and what we do.
I think we got everybody covered. And
All
Jeff,
right.
Jeff says the Razorbacks play LSU tomorrow night.
Oh, get
At
it. What
6
time is that on, Jeff?
6 p.m. and
Tomorrow
ESPN.
night, 6 o'clock. I got something to do tomorrow night now. No,
The Hawks play at 6:30.
Dang, I do have something to do.
Well, the Hawks played 6:30.
I'm going to flip back and forth. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Jeff. I'm going to keep my eyes on that.
Iowa State also, I think, plays the same time, 6:30.
Yeah, well,
You know, I'm just saying.
I know. You got to.
We have a we got a
full audience.
We have
I
a
know.
diverse audience. We have Hawkeyes and a couple Cyclones. Set for the day. Time is 7:44 a.m. It is the 18th day of October. The temperature right now in Fairfield, Mount Pleasant, and Washington is a balmy, chilly, cool.
It's nice out. It's going to be balm. It is going to be nice today.
It's 42 right now, high of 72.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. 30-degree swing between now and then. Low of 39. And normally on Fridays, I'll give you the weather for the weekend, and I forgot to write it down. So I don't know. I think it's supposed to be in the 70s.
Yeah, let's go with that.
We're gonna go with that.
You know, I shall. That's your last chance to get this right.
Is it? Are you going to fire me from it? Okay.
I have no power, man. I have no power.
I'll give you the power.
I
but
have
then
a big bark, but no bite.
Things to do. Football edition or high school sports edition. Fairfield football team travels to Solon tonight to take on the Spartans, who I think are ranked like number 10.
Oh, good Lord.
So that'll be a tough game. And they're at Solon. And the high school fall play is this weekend. Mount Pleasant travels to Fort Madison. Fort Madison is not in the top 10, so I got my money on Mount Pleasant tonight in that game. And the Mount Pleasant High School band is in competition this weekend in Muscatine. And another tough game, Washington will host Mount Vernon tonight.
Oh, dear God.
At Case Field, and I think Mount Vernon's like 2 or 3 or so. They're pretty good.
They got it going on.
They got a pretty solid team. And the Demon Marching Band will be playing in Pella tomorrow.
So they're not abandoning the team.
They're not abandoning the team.
Okay, thank goodness.
I have written on my sheet the marching band is playing this weekend in Pella. And Tim thought maybe they wouldn't come to the game tonight, but they are, as far as I know.
Why wouldn't they come to the game?
And I think the Pella thing is tomorrow.
Okay, very good.
So, on this day in 1988, the TV sitcom Roseanne premiered on ABC and became hugely popular.
It did indeed.
It was hugely popular, and then it wasn't, and then it came back, and
then they got rid of her.
Actually, I think it's still on in the Connors.
The Connors now.
Yeah,
because you couldn't do it without Roseanne.
Is it? All right, Nick.
She lived. Her and Tom, when she was married to Tom Arnold, had a place near Ottumwa.
Didn't they start to build it and never finished it?
I thought it got finished, but I don't know. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
It might. Whatever.
There you go. Our claim to fame.
That's our closest
Tom
thing
Arnold
to
and
Tom
Roseanne
Arnold.
Barr.
And I had a good friend that knew him, went to school with him. He said he was kind of a dork.
Yeah,
but
he made it work for him.
He did okay.
He did okay. All right, gentlemen. Why were the utensils stuck together?
Is this some European 17th century rule that we couldn't do in public?
Because they were spooning. I don't think you could. I don't think you could spoon in public anymore. Although
I was trying to tie it all together. It just didn't.
I think also in Europe you can't spoon in public.
Probably so. Well, thank you for that tidbit of information.
Well, I'm sorry.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. We run long, but not too long. I think we're doing better.
It's not bad.
We're doing better. We try and keep it short and sweet to the point.
We just have to be done before Morning Bell comes on.
Sometimes we yap, but I kind of forgot about Morning Bell.
I think they're going to 3 days a week instead of 5 days.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. We're new. Well, they're a different kind of show. So we wish them well. And we wish you well. We hope you have a great weekend this weekend. Go out and do something fun. There's lots of football, high school football. I think the high school volleyball playoffs are beginning soon.
Yeah.
I believe.
I don't have the dates, but yeah.
There's lots of good stuff going on. And, of course, we've got college football. We're in the midst of baseball plays. There's all kinds of stuff to do.
Yep.
There's the play to go see, which I really want to see. 12 Angry
Incompetent Jurors.
Incompetent Jurors, yeah. I think I want to see that. I hope I get to do it. But plenty to do out in Southeast Iowa. So have a great weekend. We shall return on Monday.